And, oh, yeah, your Congressional Republicans were hard at work this past week. They got themselves one step closer to blocking the Obama administration's attempt to clarify the EPA's regulatory powers under the Clean Water Act. Clean water. Nobody, what clean, what? Be like the Republicans. Go buy your goddamn bottled water. What is this clean water? And if you want clean water to take your family to the beach, just put them all on a jet and take them to Hawaii. Still has, well, okay. Take them to New Zealand. They have clean water. This past Wednesday, the Senate Environment and Public Works Committee voted 11-9 to pass a bill that would effectively repeal the Obama administration's recently announced regulations for water pollution. The vote was split right along party lines. Only the Republicans supported it. The Democrats voted no. The bill was sponsored by Senator John Barrasso, Republican from Wyoming. That's his name. I'm sorry, it's Barrasso. Republican from Wyoming. And it would nullify the so-called Waters of the United States rule, which was released last month and set specific guidelines that the EPA must follow in rewriting the rule, the Waters of the United States rule. Did you know such a thing existed? John Barrasso does. He knew about it. Now, as it stands, that rule seeks to clarify the bodies of water that can be regulated under the Clean Water Act. In its current form, this rule, the Waters of the United States rule, also known as the Clean Water Rule, it restores protections for navigable waterways and their tributaries and protects bodies of water that are located next to rivers and lakes. Well, that sounds positively communist, doesn't it? Or Muslim, or some a radical, or hippie, or Black Panther-y, doesn't it? I mean, wow. The EPA argues that the Clean Water Rule only protects waters that have historically been protected under the Clean Water Act and does not require a new permitting process for agriculture. The EPA said in a press statement after the final rule was released, quote, "It does not regulate most ditches and does not regulate groundwater, shallow subsurface flows, or tile drains. It does not make changes to current policies on irrigation or water transfers or apply to erosion in a field." Now, all of that is what the Republicans say that it does do, but it doesn't. Just like the Republicans were quick to inform us about the death panels. Have you been to your death panel yet? Where it concerns your participation in the Affordable Care Act? I must have missed mine. I didn't hear about it. Of course, I get my insurance, health insurance, through my union, but whatever. The Clean Water Rule does, in fact, the EPA continues, addresses the pollution and destruction of waterways, not land use or private property rights, which is exactly what the stinking Republicans are lying, what they're saying now, that this rule, it means that it means it'll regulate water in ditches. Right next, those ditches are located right next to where they hold the death panel meetings every Thursday. You show up for your death panel meeting right next to the ditch that's now regulated. You see how crazy these sons of bitches are? Do you? Of course you do. All right, there's a little bit more, and it gets even crazier. So stick around. This John Barrasso from Wyoming really is a freak, isn't he? That's his name. I'm sorry. Don't jump down my throat. FCC. His name is John Barrasso. It's right there. We'll be right back.